I gotta say, I love heroes that have some sort of utility. Top War always releases new heroes that are going to be better than the old ones, and they continue to do that. But the utility heroes are always useful. So let's talk about Merida and why she's terrible, but still useful. But of course, we need to take a quick peek at her bio, and we find out she's an attractive woman that likes to get information so she can mess with people's heads. Alright guys, let's be honest. Show of hands. Who's got an ex like this? You'll find my hand in the comments below. Suppressing those memories and moving on to Merida's exclusive skill, Signal Interference. Whenever one of your Navy units attacks an enemy Army unit, there is approximately a 30% chance that Merida will release a stun missile, which will cause chaos status on that Army target. Now, chaos status basically means the unit's confused. It may hurt itself in its confusion. It could hit another ally. It could still hit your units. It could miss. It could not attack. We have no idea what's going to happen. So are you feeling lucky today? Also, much like many of the other heroes in the game lately, Merida gains additional abilities for her exclusive skill once her exclusive skill reaches level 3, 5, and 7. Now, her exclusive skill normally increases the chance that her stun grenade will go off. But at level 3, it gains an additional ability, and that is increased Navy training speed. So at level 3, it's 15%, level 5 is 30%, level 7 is 45%. You do not need to do anything with Merida to get this training speed bonus. You just have to have the skill equipped, and she can just be in your base, out of your base, doesn't matter. You will get that training speed as long as her exclusive skill is equipped. Moving on to Merida's strengths and weaknesses, the one and only strength that I can come up with for Merida is early game sand table, specifically for Navy mains. If you're Army, use SAM. If you're Air Force, do something else other than Air Force. But Merida, for Navy mains early game, can greatly increase your sand table score because her effect can take effect on the sand table boss. So you could potentially get the sand table to not attack you for several rounds, giving you significantly greater survivability. However, again, I only recommend this for early game because Merida is not a hero that you should be working on, and late game, there are heroes that can boost your sand table score significantly more, even though they may not give the survivability that Merida is able to give. As far as Merida's weaknesses, the narrowness in which her exclusive skill takes effect is rather frustrating. Again, it only works if your Navy attacks an enemy Army. So if they have Air Force or Navy, it's not going to take effect. If you're running Army or Air Force in a stack and it's that stack's turn to attack, there's no chance it's going to proc. And even though she has a 30% proc chance, if it procs, there's still a chance that it's not going to help you at all, because even though the enemy unit is confused, one of the options it may pick is to attack you anyway. There's a chance it'll miss, not attack itself or friendly units, or still attack you. So even though her proc chance is 30%, I would consider it to be lower than that, because there's a chance that even though her effect takes effect, it's not going to do anything for you. And given the unreliability of her exclusive skill, that means she just doesn't have the damage output. Sure, there's a chance that the enemy unit could conduct friendly fire, but that's only a chance on top of her chance of whether or not she's going to proc the ability in the first place. So she just doesn't have the damage output and is not someone that I would recommend for combat outside of very early game sand table. But all those weaknesses are still okay because she still has her use because of that Navy training speed. And I know if you're not a Navy main, you're thinking, I don't need that. You still need this. I recommend at least getting her skill to level 5. It's pretty easy if you do it through the island store. And the reason for this is, I've actually got two main reasons. One is if someone burns your base, being able to train those Navy units faster is good, because having more units in your base just means more units for the enemy to chew through, so it's a better base defense. Even if Navy is the last branch that you're working on, it's still extra units that they're going to have to go through. The second reason is from Eternal Lands. In Eternal Lands, one of the missions is to donate troops. And this happens several times throughout Eternal Lands. So if you have good Navy training speed, so you can train and recover these boats very quickly, you can get more points during that event without having to use training speed ups. Or if you are using training speed ups, you have to use less because it doesn't take you as long to train the units. And I'm going to add a third one to this list. Boats take up water. Outside of just a couple decor, there is nothing else, and a couple buildings, there is nothing else that's going to take up space in your water. There is no reason not to be training boats. I understand there's people that don't like boats, I get it. I don't like Air Force. Has nothing to do with the fact that they're my weakness. but having those units in your base and being able to train them quickly can still be an asset to you. And again, I just love utility heroes because even if they keep releasing new and better heroes, the utility heroes are always going to serve some sort of purpose. Now, unlike most of my hero spotlights, I'm actually not really going to recommend any specific pairings with her because, again, she's only going to be useful for early game on that sand table. But if you're wondering about what units you could pair with her, I'll just list the strongest Navy units that are out at the moment. Of the free ones, you're looking at Basil and Bellevue, and of the paid ones, you're looking at either Akatora, Balos, or Yu. As far as the skills that you should put on Merida, I would recommend gold production and her exclusive skill for that training speed. But if you had to throw some combat skills on her, especially if you're using her for that early game sand table, I would go completely offensive. You'll want her exclusive skill as high level as you're able to make it, march increase, attack increase, and damage increase. As far as the perks, don't perk out Merida. Don't do it, but I mean, I guess if you had to, all unit attack, all unit HP, Navy attack, Navy HP. Oh my god, if you put perks into Merida, I'm gonna have a stroke. Don't you dare. Merida may be an awful hero, but thankfully she still has her place and still has a use. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to drop a like. Thank you to everybody who subscribed, and you can check out my Discord, link in the description below. A lot of helpful information in there, up-to-date gift codes, the Top War Bible, best resource I've ever found about the game. Keep that link in there as well. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a fantastic day. Merida, stay out of my head.